What's up, beautiful people? Budgeting is a hot topic right now, and I know and have seen so many people who are so interested in budgeting, getting their finances in order this year and moving forward. Listen, I'm on that same boat. It's like, okay, which budgeting strategy should I implement at this point in my life? Should I do zero base budget, no spending? Should I just focus on challenges? There are so many options out there for you. What we decided to do, again, like I said, increase our income capacity. And then we said, okay, let's go after the jobs we really want, that can pay us pretty good. Still not well where we want to get, but it did reach our goal. Initially, our goal was to get 50-50 a piece for household income, and we actually surpassed that goal. So that's a plus there. And so we were able to increase our income. But as you know, expenses pile up. We both still have student loan debt and other small debt that we are aiming to pay off within the next few years. We also have growing children. All of our children are in double digits, preteen to teenage. We have two that are both in the 10th grade. One of our oldest daughter is 2 grades ahead. And so that's how we ended up with two in the same grade. So, but they're all excelling, doing well, but they're all active. They're all in different activities, things of that nature that we need to pay for. So I'm trying to see, okay, what is the best budgeting plan for us for right now? And so just to go over a few things, and I'll show you kind of how you can map out. You can do with your income weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly, however you want to do it. So there's something called the 50-30-20 rule, where you can allocate 50% of whatever your income is to housing, and that can include rent, toiletries, anything of your housing bills that can include, and that also includes needs. Okay, what do I need to pay for? I'm gonna allocate 50% of my income to that. So if you're on $1,000 a week budget, if your income is that, and this is not including any side hustles. So if just your main base income is this, then clearly you would go ahead and allocate $500 to your housing, any needs you have, food and things like that. For the 30%, that can go to wants, and of course that can include for you, it may include shopping, it may include getting your nails done, it may include hair, whatever that wants is. If you don't include that in your needs, some people may include things like this under needs. That's totally fine. I'm just giving you an example. And then 20% would go to savings, excuse my writing, savings or debt. Okay. And so again, just remember, these are percentages that you can go by. What I have kind of been going, I kind of follow a method similar to this, except I don't allocate 30% into the budget right now. I don't necessarily have room to give 30% to wants and needs. So more of this goes into housing, bills, things of that nature. So you may say, okay, 70% will go to needs. You have 30% remaining, and you may say, okay, I'll allocate 15% to wants and 15% to savings and debt. If you really want to be aggressive in paying off debt, you may say, okay, I'll allocate 70% to needs and 30% to savings, to my savings and debt. Excuse me, right in there. And forget about your wants for, and this is essentially how you can think of it. If you're one who looks at, gets impacted by words and like, hey, I don't want to think of myself of doing no spending. That's just, oh my gosh, how am I going to do that? Just think of it this way, break it down to percentages. Where am I going to allocate my income to? So out from $1,000 budget, I will allocate $700 to my needs this week and $300 to paying off debt or a mixture of debt and savings. Or you can say, I'm not going to worry about savings, only debt. That's $300 a week that you can be paying off something. And then by the time you pay off what you need to pay off, or you pay off one thing, then pay off the next small thing, or some people do it the opposite way. What's the biggest thing I got to pay off? Let me pay that off and work my way down. However you're doing that, understand your budget, figure out what do I get paid weekly, and you can include side hustle, my base income, and side hustle on that. If you're married, you can add both your income, so this may be doubled for some, like it is in our household. If you have roommates, whatever, and you're allocating all of the people in your family, you can use that. However you need to do it. But what I suggest you constantly do, whether you have the income you want now, continue to increase your income capacity. That includes skilling up. What skills can you add that you don't have? What certifications can you get that you don't possess right now? Okay? So even if you cannot go and get a degree, master's, whatever it is, you can get certifications. And some platforms let you audit for free, where you could complete a class from Harvard, Yale, MIT, places like that. So I suggest checking out EDX. You could check out Coursera. That's how my husband, you could check out Google. He earned his project management certification by taking the Google PM course. So these are just some of the ways. There are other platforms, educational platforms that you can use. Okay. Budgeting on a budget video. So if you haven't watched that, go back and watch it. I did that early, right at the turn of the new year. And basically what I was saying in that video is that, hey, if you're just starting out on the budgeting journey, and you don't have as much to spend on things you want, like nice little binders or planners, things of that nature, you don't have to spend so much money getting the nice little budgeting binders and envelopes. And they are pretty and nice little ways to hold your income. But if you aren't able to afford that, start out budgeting on a budget. And let me show you what I mean by that. Listen, this is what I mean by that, okay? Make your own envelopes. Birthdays, holidays. I've seen some people who went to Dollar Tree or Dollar General and got a binder and used the pencil holder with the punch holes and put stickers on their gas, holidays, and made it fun, decorative. If you're into arts and crafts and you like making your own stuff, you can do things that way before you go out and buy a $300 or a $200 budgeting wallet or notebook, things of that nature. When you can afford it, by all means, get the nice, pretty things if you can afford it and have room for your budget. But when you're first starting out, if you're at the point where you have a lower income and you have a high housing cost, whatever it is, high debt, start out where you can and then work your way to get what you want. Okay. But what I'm typically doing is I'm doing a budgeting every week. I get paid weekly. And I also, on my side hustle, I get paid daily as I work. So, it kind of works out well for me to redo my budget every week. And then I still plan out for the month. I kind of use that zero-based budget idea. Let me know in the comments what budgeting strategy are you using right now. But zero-based budgeting, and that basically means where I'm assigning every dollar. I know where it's going all the way down to zero. So I got my income for this week, and I'll go ahead and map out any bills, debt, savings, whatever I'm doing, and allocate that money to a specific area. All right. There are some people who are doing no spend January, which was last month. Some people may be continuing that in February. Right now, it does not work for me. I cannot do a no spend. I can't do it this go round. I'll try to do it next time. It has been up and down for me with the savings challenges, but what I do want to do is this 52-week savings challenges. This is only 1,000. What I do sometimes with these challenges, when you have a color in, or say like this one, $5, instead of just putting 5, put 10. If you can, double it up, because you'll end up with more money, or double the money if you double up each box. This is an easy way. Again, if you aren't able to buy the cute little laminated savings challenges, guys, just print them out. Print them out with your paper in black and white and call it a day. Or you can see, like I said, this one, which you'll see in the last video, or in the previous video I've done. Listen, I just drew this thing out, all right? Even though I can go buy the nice little laminate things, I'm not doing that right now. Eventually, I'll let y'all know when I buy, you know, the little budgeting envelopes, the cute little ones. If you haven't seen Baddies in a Budget, oh my gosh, she has some gorgeous items, gorgeous products for you to get on your budgeting journey and to be able to balance and manage and keep everything in order. But for right now, I'm not spending that money on that yet. Okay. Also, keep in mind that you don't necessarily have to pull out physical cash to put in these envelopes. You can use if you have Cash App, if you notice, Cash App has a saving account now where you can allocate a certain amount of money and they'll put it to the side and list it under savings. And then you could put it back into your main Cash App balance, and you can move it back and forth. You can use that, or use your regular use whoever you bank with to open a separate savings account. There are many options. I would suggest to look up some finance people that are experts in the financial industry on that, and continue to do your research, and also understand what works for you and understand where you are, because you can't do what everybody else is doing, but you can get a start and get honed in on where you are and get better at, hey, this is what I'm doing with my finances. So if you're with me this year, we're working on knocking off small debt and student loans. We're working on saving challenges. But I hope that helps. I hope that gives you some insight on things that you can do to start budgeting, to start with your base income. How can I increase income? Think about all those things and really think it through. What can you do now? I appreciate you for watching until the end. Until next time, keep rising.